Hello everyone, welcome back to Sawyer Studios. I'm Nathan Sawyer and welcome to another Buy, Hold, or Sell. Pretty much this is where I take the projected retiring sets for specifically Star Wars Legos of the year 2021 and we talk about should you buy them, should you hold, as in don't need to buy them before they retire, or should you sell? Buy, keep sealed in a box, good investment later down the road, sell later on. Here we go. First one is Kylo Ren's Shuttle. This one is definitely a buy, and here's why. The first one was awful. And no one's if this is the only time you're probably gonna get a Kylo Ren shuttle. Goes back to my theory of we're just not gonna see like remakes a lot outside of the original trilogy and prequel trilogy. We're just not gonna see it because the popularity of it is not gonna be as pronounced, as profound as what we've seen in the original six-movie saga of Star Wars. With this constant Disney pumping out new Star Wars content every year, it seems like, for the next decade, Lego's not going to have a reason to make any remakes. They're not going to be scrapped for ideas because they're going to have constantly new concept art and vehicles and characters and ships and scenes to recreate out of Lego. We're not going to see a remake of this for a while, so if you want to get it now. Next is the Action Battle Hoth Generator Attack Set. This one is a hard hold. Just, if you don't, it's a play thing, it's a play set for Lego. Upper missiles, definitely not something I would sell later. Definitely not something I would buy now. If you don't have it, you probably don't want it. So definitely a hold and probably a pass for me. The Death Star Cannon. The Death Star Cannon is a nice little mini build. It's one of those nice little scenes, sort of like the Luke and Leia scene that they did out of Lego, where they're like swinging across the Death Star on Luke's cable or whatever. Just a nice little set to have. But it's not a must-have. I would say hold. You could probably find it later on if you change your mind for some reason. It won't inflate in price a lot. Definitely can hold on that set. The Pasana Speeder Chase. This one's a buy, and I actually haven't picked this up yet, but it's on my plans to pick it up because it's a nice set. It has vibrant red colors. It depicts a pretty cool chase scene in The Rise of Skywalker. I'd say that entire like desert planet scene, sort of like bite, was a really good part of the movie. I Just great colors. I think the speeder's a cool design, and especially the First Order troopers you get are cool. And then that speeder itself has a cool design. It has that like rubber tread that comes with it, which is a cool piece to have. I don't know if you call it a piece, but just a cool thing to have from Lego. So I would say get that set, especially if you're a huge Rise of Skywalker fan. Definitely a cool display piece. The AT-ST Raider from The Mandalorian. Yes, yes, yes. Buy. And probably sell. This one, I think, down the road would probably be a good seller. Now, I know, everyone's saying, oh, now that Gina Carano is out, is the set going to be worth more? AKA, is the minifig going to be worth more? I don't know how much it'll actually be worth more. It's not like the set's going to be inflated in price because this was a pretty popular set to begin with. So lots of people have the set, and because there's a lot out on the market, I'm not really seeing a reason why the price should inflate. However, the reason why I say sell is because down the line, when people are like watching Mandalorian, some people aren't into it yet, and some people aren't even into Lego yet who are into the Mandalorian. They're going to want to get the set because this is going to be probably the only set you're ever going to find Cara Dune in. So, if you want it, if you want that particular figure, specifically if you want the awesome set, because I do think this Raider is pretty awesome. Buy now, sell later. Definitely a huge sell for me. This is a set that I would probably invest money in, keeping it sealed. The Resistance A-Wing Starfighter. This one is a pass, just because you don't really see a lot of the A-Wing in the Rise of Skywalker. So I guess technically it's a hold, not pass. It's a hold. Because if you do want it down the line, this is one of those sets that I also don't believe will inflate in price. Like, you may have to pay $10 extra, but that's just $10. You don't really see A-Wings in the Rise of Skywalker predominantly, and it's like, okay, sure, it's a starfighter, it's green. I don't know if that changes anything. It's just something I would hold on, wouldn't spend money. The Resistance Y-Wing. This one is a buy and also a sell, because I love the look of this Y-Wing, Resistance Y-Wing, with the red and white look design to it. I have one. I built it last semester. It's a great Y-Wing. Comes with awesome minifigs, and because of how great this is and how much I'm highly suggesting getting it before it retires, is that you should definitely, this is definitely one of those sets that are probably going to sell well down the future, because it just has really nice minifigs. That teal astromech is super cool to have. It's one of the only two sets that you can get Zora. Yeah, it's great. And Dio, if you don't want to buy the big dumb buildable Dio, which also is most likely going to be retiring this year. I don't see why, but it's not on my list currently because it's not as definite as these sets I'm listing off right now. But yeah, it's one of the only sets you can get Dio in. So, I think it's a good selling point also for the future, for people who want to collect Rise of Skywalker sets. The Yoda UCS set, the buildable Yoda. This one I would hold, because I have it, but I got it for parts. I didn't get it for the actual set. This set's just underwhelming to me. It was an awful build-in time experience. Didn't appreciate it. I don't really see people collecting this in the future. Some hardcore collectors will obviously want it. It's not going to be one of those sets that people are like, oh, let me reminisce to the time when we had a buildable Yoda. Let me go out and get it. You'll find a very small amount of audience that will actually be looking for this set in the future. Not a good seller, not a good buy, definitely hold. And we'll probably make another one eventually. So I would hold to the point where wait to see if you really want it 5 years later, just wait until Lego remakes it. It'll probably be even better than this one. Darth Vader's Castle. I saved this one for last because this is the big one, and this is going to be a sell. The set itself, it's like it's a play set. It comes with some really cool minifigs. It comes with Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. It's a pretty nice build. I wouldn't say go out and buy it, definitely, if you didn't get it. I don't have one. It just doesn't really suit my fancy. Darth Vader's Castle, it's a cool set to look at, to play with, to set up the minifigs inside, to have the cool little rooms and stuff. But it's not something that I would really necessarily display proudly. It does look a little elementary, which makes sense because it's mainly a Lego plate. It's a Lego like dollhouse for Darth Vader's castle. Is it based off of a cool architecture? Yes, it is. Very cool building. But unless you're into the comics, unless you're into like the deeper lore with what the tower was, how it was designed, all that jazz, it's not for me. I would say sell though, because Darth Vader's castle is it's gonna be an eye drawer for a lot of younger fans who love Darth Vader, and for people in the future who do love comics. This is gonna be one of those sets that you're gonna want to be able to sell sealed in a box. And for people like me, who probably will come around to the idea that, oh, this set was a cool set, and maybe I should have gotten it. I see a lot of buyer's remorse in this set from the people I've talked with, from just talking with my friends who work at Lego. There's probably gonna be a lot of buyer's remorse for this particular set. So I'd say I'd say sell, so that you can make, I think this is almost like a guaranteed profit later on. The price will most definitely go up, and I think the demand for it will increase that price pretty exponentially. You might be looking at like, honestly, you might be looking at double what you put into it. That's my projection. So we're going to stop the list there for the sets of 2021 retiring, because these are the sets that I am willing to put my name on to say these are highly, highly going to retire this year. There are other sets that probably will, but I'm not comfortable putting my name on them as, yeah, I'm gung-ho about this. Some sets I will give some honorable mentions of sets that I do think are going to retire this year. That is not on this list. I do think that the Resistance X-Wing is going to retire. I think that the Mandalorian Battle Pack is probably going to retire. I also am thinking about Dio, the buildable Dio is going to retire. I'm thinking we might see the helmet sets retire finally. I'm not quite sure. I don't know the pattern of these helmet sets because these are the first wave of them. So I'm not quite sure what LEGO's planning on doing with them. They might just keep selling them if they keep selling, helmet sets. They might, I don't know. I think the biggest one though that I'm projecting to retire this year is the UCS Millennium Falcon. So if you don't have Legos, well, it's no longer the biggest set in pieces, but I'm pretty sure the biggest set in size, the UCS ISD is longer, but the Millennium Falcon has a bigger girth. I don't know. If you want to get your hands on the infamous Millennium Falcon UCS set, then you better start saving your money now, because I think this set is going to retire this year, but it's not on this list because I'm not 100% confident. So there's my list of all the sets, the buy, hold, sell. My advice, take it as you will, and you'll definitely be seeing a couple more of these throughout the year as we get more concrete evidence of which sets are actually retiring. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. Click that bell icon if the bell icon's not on so you can get notified when I'm posting new content. And please go check out the Discord server, get connected to the Sword community. You can get updates to future live streams and uploads and all of that good jazz. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.